Hey strangers! Welcome to the Hey Stranger Network podcast. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to trust your business partner. Is your business partner scamming you? If y'all don't know, Caesar, I don't know his last name. Is it Senior Pena?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, Caesar Pena, friend of DJ Envy, was apparently scamming DJ Envy and a bunch of other people that got involved with them. So I really want to talk about this situation because I think a lot of people get involved with businesses because they saw somebody else get involved in it, or they think they can trust the person who started it, or they just go based, they have a trust for this person, so then they get themselves involved. So I'm going to explain what happened for those who don't know. So Caesar Pena started some kind of real estate investment program that required people to invest their money but not spend their own money, apparently. And he convinced DJ Envy that this was a great business opportunity. Y'all can definitely go and look into those, like, I guess past interviews where DJ Envy was talking about it. But DJ Envy really jumped on board with Caesar. And now Caesar, it has been arrested for scamming and frauding people out of millions of dollars. And DJ Envy is implicated. So he hasn't been arrested yet, but he's involved. So his name is all over. Everybody is saying that he's also a scammer. And yeah, it's a crazy situation.
It sounds crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really sounds crazy.
So I think, like, the main concern is, how do you know, like, what are things that you can do when going into business with somebody? Because I feel like if you have a friend, you don't expect that that friend would involve you in something that's going to potentially put you in jail. Mm-hmm. But I think the love of money will cause people to do crazy things.
Yeah. And it's so crazy that you say that, because I remember that story that you had told. It was in regards, I don't know if I can say this, but it was in regards to your friend. She went shoplifting.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say that.
Talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, to your friend, she went shoplifting, and she basically put you in a situation that you didn't need to be in. Mm-hmm. And you were blindsided. You didn't know what she was doing. So I think it just goes back to really knowing who your friends are, and knowing, like, you know, like what are your friends really into? It's really taking that deep dive into their business, kind of, you know, but their lifestyle and who they really are. Because I'm pretty sure, well, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that DJ Envy wouldn't have involved himself into such things, but who's to say DJ Envy wasn't all a part of the plan, you know? Mm-hmm. So, but it's, you know, really just knowing who your friends are.
Yeah. And definitely outside of just knowing who your friends are, also putting things in place. So, like, you can know that your friend is, you know, their business part, they're, you know, into business, whatever, they have this going, and you might be interested in what they have involved, but you still got to put in contracts, mm-hmm. partnership agreements. You still need to get to know them on a business level. Like, y'all might have a perfectly fine relationship when y'all go out together.
Right.
Like, y'all might go out partying, y'all might chill together, and it's cool, but you don't know how people are when it comes to business. Mm-hmm. Like, you just have to know those things.
Yeah, and their business ethic too. Like, I think that plays a huge part, you know? Like, mm-hmm. you know, you just got to know your friends, or know the people that you claim are your friends, mm-hmm. on a business level. I don't know. I feel like a lot of times too, like, business relationships can mess up actual friendships. Like, if we're friends and we're going into business together and something happens on the business side where we just not agreeing with, and it just mess it up. Kind of like B. Simone and Megan.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, y'all. So if y'all don't know, Know For Sure podcast has ended, and that's one of my favorite podcasts. So it's really disappointing. We don't know the full story of why they ended. Now, in that situation, I don't think anybody was getting scammed, but, you know, I think going from a business, or going from a friendship, just like they were best friends, but going into business can really show you the other side of that person.
Right.
Like, you will see sides of somebody you never knew was there when money gets involved.
Right. Or even opportunity. The money don't even got to be there sometimes. It's the opportunity that's there. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I'm so sad about that. I'm so upset.
Yeah. Hopefully they get it together. But it said on the letter that Megan, she has like her own podcast.
Her own podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna check it out. But I really loved their podcast. I love their friendship. I just like seeing it in their conversations. So I don't know what happened, but I definitely think it involves something with the business. That's just an assumption.
Yeah.
Hey Stranger Network is sponsored by Unofficial K, a beauty and fashion brand that caters to plus-size women looking to gain a higher level of confidence through the clothing that they wear. They have styles specifically for your birthday, vacation trips, club nights, date nights, and all special occasions that you'd want to look good for. Be sure to check them out at www.realunofficialk.com. You can also follow them on all social media platforms at realunofficialk.
So, in your opinion, do you think that DJ Envy knew what he was getting into?
See, that's kind of hard to say because we really don't know the full, layout. I just want to know, like, because you said his name was on papers and things of that sort. His signature was on paper. So, was it a signature?
No, I don't know if DJ Envy was on like paper with these other people that were investing in the business, but a lot of people said that they only invested in the business because DJ Envy was promoting it. But I think that he was, I think it was more of a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
So I think it was more of like if he bought more people on, he got paid based off of those
commission.
People joining. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure how it worked, how it was set up. But
I got a question to ask you.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. Do you think it's the same thing as like when influencers or famous people promote people businesses and it's like, okay, this weight loss pill helped me. So I think everybody else should buy it, and then they buy it, and they find out that the person who introduced it to them haven't even took it in real life. So is it the same thing?
So I think influencers do have a responsibility to their community to actually know if this product works or whatever they're involved in. I do think they have a responsibility. Now, do I think they should go to jail or anything if that product is sued or whatever?
Yeah.
No. And I actually, when it comes to this situation, I don't know. None of us actually know the full scope of what DJ Envy knew about what he was getting involved in. But if he only was in support of the business and was trying to promote his friend's business and he was involved and he didn't actually fully understand, no, I don't think he should go to jail either.
Right. It's all about that intent.
Yeah. But what do they say? That I don't know, but basically if you don't know something, that still doesn't mean you're going to get away with it. Like just because he didn't know, it is also his responsibility to know what he's getting involved in,
especially if his name was on that paper or on those papers or something like that.
Yeah,
I think I read that his name was somewhere on a paper or on multiple papers, as if he was a partner in it.
Yeah, and even with us, like going into this together, like we went into this really quickly after meeting one another, so we really are strangers. If this is your first time tuning in, we are strangers getting to know one another through a podcast. But we made sure that we got to know one another first. Like literally the questions you asked me are questions nobody has ever asked me. People I've been friends with for years. Like you would literally ask me character questions.
Yeah, like
you would ask me random questions that were like you would ask me, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a question you would ask me, but you would ask me, like, really deep questions, like, that I really had to think. You asked me, do you think you are a person of quality?
I remember that.
You asked me that. And I was like, what?
Like, what are you talking about? Why is you asking me this? But for real, it's good to know, like, now in this day and age when you're, like, really, really intentional. Or me, I just know I'm intentional about, like, the type of friends that I want to be around because with experience, I know like certain type of friends, they're just not for me, so I just felt like now it's like I'm being intentional. So now this is stuff that I really do want to know about my friends. I really want to, I guess be emotionally kind of emotionally involved with my friends because I do see value in having friends and value in friendships. So I think that's probably why I do ask like those off the wall questions or just untypical
Very
questions.
untypical, but
Yeah.
it's good, especially when you're going into something like this.
Yeah.
Those are the types of questions you need to ask early on. Like, you need to know, like, if this person even sees themselves as a good person.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Because that play a huge part in the way that someone will deal with you and the way you deal with them.
And a lot of times people will be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of times people, like, you will ask a person a question and you might think they're going to respond in a way that makes them sound good, but sometimes people will be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And you can literally learn just because somebody, like, you ask them a random question, they're honest about who they are.
Yeah.
So, definitely if you're going into something with somebody, you need to be asking those questions.
Yeah.
But we did a partnership agreement.
Mm-hmm.
That protects everybody. It doesn't just,
it's not one-sided.
Right.
Like, it's like it covered her and it covered me as well, and it covered our work, because this is work. Like, everything that we do, it just covers everything. So partnership agreement, definitely OD needed.
Yeah. But I think the main thing though is really, really getting to know somebody and trust. Just trying to build that trust, which I think that also comes with time.
Yeah.
I know we kind of didn't take that time.
Well, yeah, we didn't. We didn't.
Like, jumped into it.
But I wouldn't even. We definitely jumped into it, but I feel like it was more so on a spiritual level, like because we connected on a spiritual level and we like got confirmation.
Yes,
you get what I'm saying. So
yes, we got to tell that story.
We do. We need it sooner than later. We got to tell that story. Yes. Yeah, we do.
Yeah. And it's like I definitely feel like, we talked about this before about friendships needing to have that emotional connection that you have like with your relationships.
Yeah. But
definitely a business partnership, y'all got to get deeper.
Right.
It has to get deeper because
it can't be surface level. I couldn't imagine sending you to jail. Because remember that episode, you was like, I'm a good girl. Yeah, nope, I'm not sending her to jail, y'all.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine it. That would be so crazy.
Not you going to jail. Oh
no.
My God,
people, but a lot of people, they're really self-serving. They're really out here just to get what they can from anybody, and like they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care what happens to you. They don't care what happens to your family. They don't care.
A lot of people in survival mode too. You gotta be cautious of those in survival mode. They are a whole different person than just really living their life. When you in survival mode, it's just insane. You do anything and you don't care about who it affects, as long as it don't affect you.
Right.
Yeah.
And even if it's gonna affect you, like you'll bring down people as long as it's gonna benefit you in the end. So it's like just being careful about that.
Some people will bring down people as long as they got company to come down with them.
That too.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That is. Yeah, but I think even with the partnership, like the simple fact that it holds both of us accountable, like just so they can get like an ideal in a partnership agreement, it states like what would her duties be, what would my duties be, like what basically it just outlines like the task or things of that sort that we do or we are like held accountable for.
It also states, one of my favorite things in a partnership agreement is that it states that if we do go through something, we'll try to resolve it.
Mediation.
Yeah, we'll get mediation, and it won't just be like, us arguing with each other.
Right, yeah, right. Yep.
We will try to make the effort to resolve it before,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really important, and a lot of people are afraid to have those conversations, especially like with friends. They're like, they don't want to bring that kind of stuff up. It's just like, we're just going to go into this because
we're friends. We're besties.
Right.
Like, no, I need that partnership agreement. Because life be life and things can happen. Life get rough and it get like that. Seriously, like, yeah. And
you rather do that now than having to go to court later, because like the situation with, you just talked about it, be Simone and Megan. I mean, we would hope that they wouldn't get to that point, but if they didn't have a partnership agreement, which I'm sure that they did, if they didn't, how do they make a lot of money off of their podcast.
Right.
how would they know where to go with that?
Exactly.
They're going to make residual income because they already have those episodes. That's going to continue to make money. YouTube and things like that, they're going to continue to make money off of that. So there has to be something in place to be like, okay, even though we don't even deal with each other no more,
right?
We already have this agreement. You're still going to get your residuals. I'm still going to get my residuals, because it's even harder to resolve something when y'all aren't getting along anymore.
Right.
It's even more complicated.
Yeah. And I just feel like one thing that I love about us is that we individually have strengths, right? So we know what we're good at, like far as like editing, like editing is your thing. I know like the marketing is my thing. So it's like we allow each other to literally be full blown in those moments individually, and we know like coming together it literally is making greatness. So I think that's like something that's like mad dope about us. Like it's not more so like all the work is being put off on you or all the work is being put off on me, but we do have like, we have our roles and we really play them well, and it's like it's really working out. We're like experts in our roles. So I think that's just like mad dope.
Yeah. I love that. I love us.
Me too. Yeah, I definitely love us, like for real, seriously.
The Hey Stranger Network podcast is brought to you by Tribe Vibes ATL. Tribe Vibes ATL recommends family-friendly restaurants and events and travel. Are you looking for family-friendly things to do? You can follow Tribe Vibes ATL on all platforms at Tribe Vibes ATL. You can also find them on www.tribevibesworld.com.
My question for you is, what do you think is a necessary question that you should ask a friend that you're going into business with? What is something that you need to know?
What is their purpose outside of making money?
Okay.
What is their purpose? What do they hope to get out of or gain? Or what do they hope to provide to other people? Like, what value do they hope to bring? Outside of like, doing this to make money, like what is your purpose? What's your goal?
Okay.
That's probably like the number one.
Okay.
What about you?
Are you willing to do this 100%? Because there's going to be days where, like you said, money is not the driving force. Like, you don't always make money right off the bat. You got to be willing to put in that same energy and keep that momentum coming and going. And, in order to really be successful in whatever it is that you do. So it's like, are you really ready to give this 100%, even on the days you don't feel like it? Like today. Not that I didn't feel like it, but I was just like,
you kept saying, well, we can record later.
And she like, no, we doing that today.
Today is the recording day.
Tonight is the night. And I like that, because I was willing to be like, nah, we just gonna chill, because we was really having good conversations before.
We do this
podcast,
every time, y'all. Every time we start talking, we should have just turned the camera on as soon as we sat down. Like, we be in all different conversations.
And they be good too. Like, they really, really be deep. They be good. It be like real valuable information, those high quality conversations that we be wanting to push off on, our audience, or our community. And we always have those. So I think it's just like mad dope the way like everything is just surrounded by high value conversations.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm willing to give 100%. You willing to give 100%?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
And thank you for keeping me on my feet.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever had a bad experience in a partnership in the past?
Yes, I have. I wouldn't necessarily say it was labeled as a partnership, but it was definitely a partnership. It was, when people come together and they have like common goal to complete. But yeah, I did. And I just think I went into it not necessarily knowing what all the partnership took. It's hard work like any other ship, relationship, friendship, like any other, it's just hard work, even going into it not specifying what each person's task or duties or roles, like that probably was the most like, how can I say it, the most confusion, like just having an expectation of things getting done and things aren't going to get done unless someone does it, So it's like you got to really go into it knowing exactly who is doing what, holding people accountable for whatever they're not doing, or just like, just making sure you like keeping the ball rolling, keeping everything going, even if somebody else don't want to do it, you know, like stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like that was my experience. So I did, just not knowing what all it took to be successful, and it was successful, but still was just a learning experience. Now I'm traumatized. Remember I told you, like, I be traumatized. Like, now now I know when I go to, I think, because I probably said that to you, like, we just got to know what each of us is doing. I think I probably said that to you before. That was my traumatizing moment. I was traumatized. Like, now we're going into this. Oh, we got to know our roles for real. But yeah, just, yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that we had those discussions early on, and that we have really solidified, like, our roles and our different, you know, our strong suits.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm not that good at, like, promotion, and, like, I'm not that good at it. But I know that I'm good with the editing.
Right.
Like, behind the scenes part. Yeah.
So I appreciate you.
You know, I appreciate you too. I love you as a partner.
Yes.
And I just can't wait to see where this goes. So everybody out there listening, y'all, just be careful. Not saying don't go, you know, go into those partnerships, but just be careful about it.
Please be careful. But go. Take that chance. Like, I can honestly say it was worth it. You know? So yeah.
So make sure y'all, what am I trying to say?
Subscribe to our YouTube.
make sure y'all are subscribed. Make sure y'all continue to listen every Thursday. Bye, strangers.
Bye, strangers.
Hey, stranger. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. We're so excited to continue these meaningful conversations every Thursday. Make sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube and you're following us on all platforms at Hey Stranger Network. Don't miss our journey as two strangers navigating living in a new city, making friends as an adult, networking, dating, and married life. We love to hear from you, so be sure to leave your comments and let us know what's going on in your life. And don't forget to talk to a stranger this week.